going to review the research paper assignment. The first thing to remember is that you were to have let me know the topic that you had decided on using for the research paper itself. This can be one of the topics or special needs that are listed in the textbook, or if you want to use another one, that is fine, but it must be approved by me. The first thing to remember when you're pulling together or writing a research report is to make sure that your resources or the references that you're using are appropriate. Wikipedia is not an academically approved resource in that anyone can post things to Wikipedia that they want. You might look at Wikipedia and go down to the bottom and see who they have cited as their sources and use one of those sources for portions of your paper. You're going to write the report in an APA formatted citation format. If you don't know what that means, you need to contact me and I will help you with that. When you look at a research paper, the first thing you need to do is to get your materials, your research together and decide what's going to be applicable and what isn't going to be. You're going to write an outline for the paper. You're going to have an introduction, which will include explaining the topic, possibly why you chose the topic, and exactly what you're going to outline within the paper itself. Then you're going to use the other portions of the paper for specific purposes. The middle portion of the paper is going to be where you use those references. You're going to build your report starting with the introduction of the materials. You're going to include the sources or cite sources that uphold or will confirm the information that you're giving throughout the report. And then your last portion is going to be your summary and your closing statement. Now, going back to the report itself, when you are using materials or the work of other authors, you're going to need to cite that source within the paper itself using the APA style. When you quote, you need to include that quote within quotation marks, and then you're going to cite that source within the paper with that quote. You're also going to use the bottom portion at the end. You're going to say citations used or references, and you're going to list those sources under that, again using the APA style or format. Again, if you don't know what that means as far as how to cite within the paper itself or how to list a source as a reference, you need to contact me and I will help you with that. If you've had English Comp 1 already, or if you remember possibly from high school, you should be able to remember how to cite sources. If you do not cite the source, it's going to come up on a report to me when you submit that, showing that that's not your work, and that's going to be considered plagiarism. If you start plagiarizing materials, that's basically lying, and you're not going to be given credit for your report, and I am required to report you to Academic Affairs. So again, if you need help with the citation, I want you to contact me. Do not hesitate. If you have any other questions, please get in touch with me.